Good evening, everyone. My name is Nairaj. I think I have met most of you. And today's class, we are going to focus on your 10 standard CET questions, which can come in part 1. That is science part 1. That is this book. Okay. So before we start, let me tell you some guidelines about your CET, and let me tell you some ways in which you can easily crack the 25 questions in CET. Now, you might be aware of the rules in the sense how many questions in each. So totally science has 25 marks, 25 questions. Therefore, we have 10 chapters in part 1 itself. Okay, so you can at least imagine you will get one, or in some chapters more than one for your CET. Okay, so please listen to me carefully. If you have 25 questions in your science, okay, if we have 25 questions in your science totally, which is split, whatever chapters are in science 1, right from the chapter 1, which is gravitation, to the last chapter, which is space mission, you will expect at least one question. And you know the time limit, you know the questions, 100 questions, 120 minutes, everything should be clear. And some doubts you have regarding CET, which I have also received. Now imagine, even if you get very low marks in your CET, you will still be given higher preference than the person who has not given CET. Okay? Even if you get low marks in your CET, you are still above the person who has not given CET. Okay, I'll give you one scenario. For example, out of 100, you got only 40 or you got 30. Okay? You got only 40 or you got only 30, which is okay. There are no negative markings. Compared to a person who has not given CET, you will still be given a higher priority. That is number one. Secondly, your 2 hours are split into 4 subjects equally. Therefore, you have to concentrate on all 4 subjects. Okay, especially math, where you will have to work out a lot, and subjects like science 1, English, social, you can easily manage if you have studied. Okay, now assuming we are doing science 1 now, I would request all of you to at least read it from MCQ perspective. Read it from your MCQ perspective. Now, the first thing that you need to do in all subjects, I'm talking mainly about science 1, but you can follow this in all subjects. You have to do the MCQs which are behind the chapter. Behind every chapter, there are MCQs. You have to do all those MCQs because the level of the paper will be easy. Okay, it will not be even moderate. The level of the paper will be easy, and there are chances that you will directly get MCQs of the chapter, book back questions. So the first thing that you need to do, even if you're starting today, take science 1 textbook. I'm talking from science point of view. You can use it for any other subject you want. Every chapter, go back, see the book back questions, MCQs only, see the MCQs only, and finish it. You know how much time will you take? You will not even take 1.5 hours to complete all the MCQs of science. Okay. Now, if you want, you can message me. How much time do you think you will need to complete the MCQs of all 10 chapters? Only the MCQs. Okay. You will hardly have 60 to 70 questions. Okay. Hardly. You have to know the question. You have to know the answer. You have to know the logic. How much time will you take? Okay. I'm getting the answers. 1 hour, 45 minutes. Some of you might even know it. 1 hour, I think, is more than enough. That is the first thing you need to do for your CET. And chances are you will at least get 5 to 6 questions directly from this MCQs. And the second thing you need to do is, if the MCQ is based on one topic, you have to do all similar topics from the textbook. You have to do all similar topics from the textbook. That is why I will do some MCQs on the screen right now. I will discuss and I will tell you what are the things you need to do. Plus, if time permits, in today's session, each and every chapter of science 1, especially from the physics point of view, I will tell you which topics you need to concentrate on, where you will get good marks or where the chances of questions coming are high. So I request all of you to sit with a paper and pen so that we can at least make a note of the important chapters that are going to come in science 1. Or if you have the textbook of science 1, even that will be fine. You can mark it in that. So please read those topics first. Okay. Any other doubt you have regarding the CET pattern, regarding science 1, you can ask me right now. before I start with the MCQs. Okay, I have got few questions already. If I can manage to answer, I'll answer all. Any question that you have pertaining to CET of your 10th, you can ask. Any doubt that is not clear or anything that you want to know about CET, you can ask. I will clarify for you. Okay. Okay. The question is deleted portion. See, deleted portion will not come for CET. You were told you are going to read some portion, correct? You had deleted portion. You had omitted portion. Means you had reduced syllabus. So you will have the same syllabus. You will have the same syllabus for your CET also. You will not have full syllabus for your CET. You will have that reduced syllabus itself. So whatever you're going to study for your 10th standard, the same thing is there for your CET. Now, the name is confusing. Name is CET. Actually, it is not CET. It is not an entrance exam. This is just a substitute of the main exam. Okay, please remember, this is not an entrance exam that you're going to give. You are giving a substitute of your 10th standard board exam. Okay, that is why the level of difficulty in this exam will be moderate to low. In other words, it will be easy. Okay, so don't think it's an entrance exam. I want to get into 11th. I want to study high level problems. No, it's not like that. Please don't think of it like an entrance exam. Think of it like a substitute of your main exam. Okay. So I have got some more doubts. In the meantime, if you have any other doubts regarding CET before I start with the MCQs, I want all of you to get it clarified. Okay. Exam, yeah, exam will be offline. There is no point in conducting online lecture, online exams. Exams will be offline and exam will be continuous. You will not get break between English and social and science. It will be a continuous 2-hour paper. So that is also clear. I hope everyone should know that by now. It is going to be a continuous. Okay. So I will start with some MCQs which I feel are very important, and I will tell you the logic also. And then I will do MCQs of 1 or 2 chapters. And today, at the end of it, I at least want to tell you the important topics in all chapters so that you make a note of it and you can prepare for it. Okay. And in our next class, from those topics, if you have any doubts or if you want me to solve any MCQs, I'll be more than happy to solve. Okay. Our intention is to get full 25 in science. Okay. So let us start. Okay. Now, I have made a list of MCQs. The source can be Navneet, the source can be Target, the source can be your textbook. All students will have either Navneet, Target, textbook, whatever. So questions are picked up at random. These questions have some logic behind them. That is why I have asked. So the chapter 1 is gravitation, and from gravitation I have picked up few important MCQs which we will be discussing, and then we'll go to current electricity, and then I'll give you importance in all chapters. Okay, for today's class. So the question is on the screen. I want you to think about it. Don't Google, don't look at the text, nothing. Whatever you think is the answer, please let me know that according to me, this is the answer. Okay. I have given questions in a way such that many students make mistakes in these questions. That is why I have given you this particular questions. Okay, I've got answers from some of you. I've got answers from Aman, very good answer. Ananya, excellent answer. Gaurav, good answer. Aparna, Krish. So given me the right answer, all of you. So others try to think about it and answer. Even if it's wrong, it's not a problem. There are no negative markings in CET also. So don't leave any question. Attempt all questions anything. Even now, whatever you think is the option, you can tell me. If it's right, it's right. Otherwise, you will know what is the right answer. Ashwin, correct. Sarthi, correct. Okay, very good. Okay. Nitin, okay. Alfia, okay. So now, the first question is, law of gravitation gives gravitational force between. Now, law of gravitation means Newton's law of gravitation. It gives gravitational force between. For this, you should know the formula for Newton's law of gravitation. If you know Newton's law of gravitation, it is m1 m2 divided by r square, where m1 and m2 are the masses of the two objects, m1 and m2. Therefore, many people have this misconception that gravitation means Earth has to be there. It is not like that. Or heavenly objects has to be there. So option A is wrong. Option B is also wrong. Option C is the right answer. If any body or any two bodies have some mass, they have this application of gravitation. Means if I have two objects with some mass, law of gravitation can be applied to them. Okay. Therefore, the answer will be C. And most of the names that I have called out have given me the right answers. Any two bodies is the keyword, not necessarily Earth and some heavenly body. Any two bodies with some mass, because the formula says m1, m2, where what is m1? M1 is the mass of body 1 and m2 is the mass of body 2. Therefore, answer for the first question is C. Now, I have seen most of you give me the right answer. Nitin, I hope you have understood what is your mistake. Nitin, everyone else who had given me the answer have given me the right answer. Everyone who has given me the answer has given me the right answer. I hope this question is clear from the chapter of gravitation. Correct? No doubt. These are the questions which have been most repeatedly asked in your previous exams. That is why I have brought them here. Now, try to answer this question from gravitation. Try to answer this question from the chapter gravitation. This is nothing but some formula in words. Now, which formula is it in words that you have to understand and you have to write? Which formula is it in words? The force of attraction between two unit point masses separated by a unit distance equals what? So for that, I will give you one clue. I'll give you the clue that Newton's law of gravitation is F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. So this is the clue. Now tell me, what do you think should be the answer? The force of attraction between two mass separated by unit distance, what should it be? Okay, I have got answers. Okay, Nitin, check your answer and try again. Alfia, check your answer and try again. Nisha, very good answer. Sarthi, good answer. Aman, correct answer. Aparna, try again. Gaurav, try again. Nisha, correct answer. Shrishti, try again. Vikas, correct answer. Alfia, correct. Roshni, correct. Ananya, check your answer. Aparna, now correct. Alfia, now correct. Ashwin, correct. Nosheen, correct. Gaurav, check your answer. I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds more before I go to the next one. If I keep this on one side and everything else on the other side, you will get the answer. The thing is, what is this called? That is what you should know. What is this called? That is what you should know. Okay. Correct. Gaurav, now you have given me the right answer. Good. Others try to answer it so that we can go to the next one. Others try to answer so that we can go to the next one. Answer will be universal gravitational constant. Wait, just take your answer. Universal gravitational constant G. Sometimes you can also say it as B, but B is small letter G, which is not there in the formula at all. What is there in the formula is capital G, universal gravitational constant. And from this topic, you should know what is the value for capital G. You should know what is the value. You should know what is the unit, and you should know the formula. Formula anyway I have written. This particular topic, that is Newton's law of gravitation, becomes the most important topic for this chapter for MCQ to come. Therefore, you might get a question based on the formula, you might get a problem based on the formula, but this formula is important and application is also important. Answer for this particular question will be D, that is universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant is denoted by G, and acceleration due to gravity is denoted by small letter g. So gravitational constant is denoted by capital letter G, and small letter g is acceleration due to gravity. All the students have been admitted. Manasvi, thank you. All the students have been admitted. Okay, I hope all of you got the answer for option D, universal gravitational constant. Now, very quickly, give me the answer for this particular question. Give me the answer for this particular question. Ananya, correct answer. Ashwin, correct answer. Aman, correct answer. Gaurav, correct answer. Very good. Ananya, Ashwin, Gaurav, Aman, Rohit, check your answer. Nisha, check your answer. Roshni, check your answer. Neha, check your answer. Nisha, correct. Aparna, check your answer again. Preeti, correct. Rishu, correct. Noshin, correct. Very good. Shrushti, correct. No. The question is, for bodies which are not spherical or for bodies which are having irregulation. Now, the direction of force usually is from the center of the body. But if the body is not having a regular shape or if it is having irregular shape, then what do we consider? Which line do we join? The imaginary line is joined between what? Answer will be the center of masses. Very common question and very common wrong answer. Okay. Okay, very common question and very common wrong answer. He just joined 2 seconds back. Very common question and very common wrong answer. I want all of you to know this answer perfectly. Because this is the question where people usually write answer as B. Most common wrong answer is given as B. B is wrong. A is correct. Okay. Also, people write both A and B because most people have the habit of telling all of the above, none of the above, both A and B. Therefore, this option is very tempting, especially in your CET exam when you see MCQs. Usually, when students see option D, all of the above, none of the above, both, none, they tend to tick that. Most of the times, that answer is right, but not all the times. Most of the times, answer is right, but not all the times. This is one of the cases where many students mark both A and B because they think that is a safe answer, but answer is only A. Therefore, I got many people who gave me the right answer, and I got few students who gave me the wrong answer as well. So for people who gave me the right answer, excellent. But for people who gave me the wrong answer, check. And please remember, going forward in the exam, please don't make this mistake if the same question comes. It is always center of masses. Not only in this, in future, if you decide to take science, and if you get it, there also center of mass is considered as the line joint. Okay, very important topic, which is center of mass. Okay, understood. Therefore, answer for this particular question will be A. Therefore, I have done 3 questions till now, and I want all of you, if the same questions come in the exam, I want all of you to get the right answer. This is the first question. Just think about it. What should be the right answer? The right answer should be C. That is, any two bodies having some mass. Then the second question is universal gravitational constant. And the third answer over here is center of masses. Now remember, all three questions are from gravitation chapter and all three are important. Now tell me, how many of you got all three right? Please send me a message in the message box before I started giving the answer. If you have got all three right, reply 3. If you have got 2 right, reply 2. If you have got 1 right, reply 1. If you have not got anything right, reply 0. I just want to see in general how many of you have got right. If you have got 2 or 3, it is excellent. 0 and 1, you have to work on it. 2 or 3 is very good. If your answer is 2 or 3, then it is very good. If you have got all 3 right, then it is excellent. If you have got all 3 right, then it is excellent. If you have got all 3 right, then it is excellent. Okay. Now, many students have got all 3 right, which is really good. So now start with question number 4. If you have been to any Olympiads, if you have answered Olympiads in your school, this question is a very common question in Olympiads. Also very common question in your 11th standard. That is why major contender to come in your 10th standard CET. Look at it. The high tide, low tide, the waves in the ocean are because of what? That is the question. Ananya correct. Nisha correct. Sarthika, excellent answer. Malhar correct. Aparna correct. Gaurav correct. Very good. I'm getting right answers for this question. Roshni correct. Ashwin, try again. Preeti correct. Aman correct. Shrushti correct. Excellent. Nitin correct. Just check the high tide, low tide, the waves of the ocean are because of pull between what? Krish correct. Very good. Okay. Vaibhavi, check your answer once. Vaibhavi, check your answer. Krish, Nitin, Shrushti correct. Aman correct. Preeti also correct. Machine, very good answer. I will anyway give out the answer in a few seconds. In the meantime, if you can think about anything, you can answer. Okay. Vikas, correct. Ashwin, check your answer. Rohit, correct. Very good. I'm still getting the answers, so I'll just wait. Then once I stop getting the answers, I will tell you the right answer. 90% of people have given me the answer, have given me the right answer, which is very good. 90% of the people have given me the answer, have given me the right answer. Okay, now let me tell you the answer. Alfia, correct. The tidal waves. Tidal waves means waves in the ocean or the sea. You might have heard of high tide, low tide, or the waves in the ocean are due to gravitational effect between which two bodies? Answer is moon on the earth, not the other way around. It is the effect of the moon on the earth, and the most common wrong answer is this. This is the right answer. It has nothing to do with the sun. Therefore, these two options are automatically out. But the most common wrong answer what students give is option C. Answer is D. And I saw most of your answers, and I think majority of you got this answer correct. Majority of you got this answer correct. Alfia and Rohit correct now. You have given me the right answer. It is the effect of moon on the earth. It is the effect of moon on the earth. Lunar. Okay, not solar. It is the effect of lunar. Lunar means moon. Therefore, option A and option B are totally out of context. Means they can never be the answer. If you have anyway given the answer C, I can still understand that maybe there is a confusion. But A and B should never come in your mind also. That is direct eliminate. Then your confusion should be between C and D. From there, you can select option D as the right answer. I hope all of you got it. My intention of giving you these questions are, in future, if you get the same question, you should know the answer on the spot. Okay, so right now you're looking at the screen, you're seeing this answer. Please remember this, because if the same question comes, you can directly mark the answer. Okay, now based on this, start with this particular question, another common question, and I'll tell you what mistake people make. Start and try to give me the answer. Acceleration due to gravity, small letter g, not capital G. Acceleration due to gravity is small letter g, not capital letter G. So think about the answer and tell me what, according to you, is the answer. Vaibhavi, check your answer. Sarthi, check your answer. Nisha. Malhar, correct. Others, check your answer. Malhar, correct. Gaurav, Sarthi, Vaibhavi, check your answer. Ananya, check your answer. Gaurav, check your answer. Sarthi, your answer is correct now. Very few people are giving me the right answer for this. Now I'm getting all right answers. Ananya correct, Ashwin correct, Krish correct. Think about it. Very confusing question, but actually very easy. Jalak, try to answer again. Try to answer again. Aman, check your answer. Gaurav, check your answer. Jalak, check your answer. The value of acceleration due to gravity is g. Remember, g is not a constant. G is not a constant. It keeps changing. Since g is not a constant, it will not have the same value at the equator and pole. Therefore, option A is wrong. I am making it simpler for you. I am making it easier for you by telling you that acceleration due to gravity is not a constant. Please look at the screen. Universal gravitational constant is a constant. Universal gravitational constant is a constant. Small letter g, that is acceleration due to gravity, is not a constant. Okay, remember that very, very well. That is why option A is out. It cannot be the same because it is not a constant. They're talking about small letter g. Please remember, they are talking about small letter g, not capital letter G. Aman, now you have given me the right answer. So now your options are only 3. Now, out of these 3 options, think about it and let me know what should be the right answer. Shushti, now you have given me the right answer. Excellent. Nosheen, okay, check your answer. Now let me eliminate one more option for you. Let me eliminate one more option for you. Akansha, let me eliminate that option itself. Acceleration due to gravity becomes 0 at the center of the earth. It becomes 0 at the center of the earth. Acceleration due to gravity becomes 0 at the center of the earth. Here it is written, it is maximum at the center of the earth, which is completely wrong. It is actually 0 at the center of the earth. So I have eliminated one more option for you guys. Now you have 2 options remaining for acceleration due to gravity, whether it is least at poles or whether it is least at equator. Now you have to just think about this and give me the answer. Nisha, now you have given me the right answer. Vikas, now you have given me the right answer. Now you just have to select between 2. I did 50-50 for you and I eliminated 2 options by giving you the reason. Now, start. What should be the answer? B or C? Vikas, Nisha, Shrushti, Aman, the last 4 people to give me the right answers. I'm telling your names. Correct. Very good. Others try to answer. Akansha, now your answer is correct. Very good. Now your answer is correct, Akansha. It is C. It is least at the equator. Moshi, now your answer is correct. So this question many people got wrong, but some people got it right in the first attempt itself. That is why please remember one thing. Small letter g is not a constant. Please remember this statement. Also remember this statement, capital G is a constant. And at the center of the earth, small letter g becomes 0. Means as we go above also it becomes less. As we go below also it becomes less. And exactly at the center of the earth, the value becomes 0. So if I go above the surface of the earth also, g becomes less, that is g decreases. Below the surface of the earth also G decreases. That is why at the center it becomes 0. Now, the same question, if they had asked for capital G instead of acceleration due to gravity, which is small g, the same question, if they had asked for capital G, tell me what would be the option according to you? If the same question they had asked for capital G, what do you think would be the option? That is the value of G. What should be the option? Nisha correct, Sarthi correct, Aparna try again, Noshin correct, Preeti correct. Very good. The same question if it was for capital G. Ananya, very good. I like the way you answered. You have given me the reason and the answer. Very good, Ananya. Vikas, try again. Aparna, now your answer is correct. Good. If the same question was for capital letter G, Aman, try again. Since capital G is a constant, it will remain the same at equator and the poles. Therefore, in that case, your answer would have been A. In that case, your answer would have been A if it was for capital G. Now, since it was small g, in this case, your answer is C. Since it is small g, that means your answer is now C. Did you understand? Okay, I hope you understood the permutation and combination of this question. Now, try the next one. It is again from gravitation chapter itself. And start. Think about it and let me know what according to you should be the answer. Again, small letter g is not a constant. Think about it. Small letter g is not a constant. Sarthi correct, Ashwin correct, Vikas try again, Aman try again. Wait, that is for the previous one, okay. Ananya try again. Nisha correct, Noshin try again, Aparna try again, Malhar correct, Shushti try again, Rohan try again, Ananya correct, Pankaj correct. Preeti try again, Gaurav try again. Small letter g will change. It cannot be a constant. So it cannot be 9.8 all the time. Aparna try again. Can I say, okay, first you try to answer, then I'll give you the logic and then I'll give you the answer as well. I'll give you the logic plus the answer as well. Akansha, okay, try again. Aman, correct. Preeti, try again. Aparna, you have given me all three answers. Now give me the last answer, which according to you is missing. That is the right answer. Shrishti, correct. Rohan, correct. Krish, try again. Okay. Now let me give you the Neha correct. G will decrease as distance increases. G will decrease as distance increases. This is the logic you should know. Means the value, Noshin correct, the value of acceleration due to gravity will keep decreasing as the distance keeps increasing. Okay, the value of small letter g keeps decreasing as the distance keeps increasing. Now, what they're saying, if the distance becomes infinite, can I say g will almost become equal to 0? Because as distance increases, g decreases. And what happens if the distance becomes equal to infinity? If the distance becomes equal to infinity, then g will become equal to 0. Therefore, answer will be D. Answer will be D. Okay. Now, these are the important MCQs which can come from the chapter of gravitation. Now, when you are reading the topic gravitation from the textbook, you have to concentrate on certain topics other than this MCQs. I will give this material to you after this class. You can read it, the same MCQs. Now, the important topics from this chapter, from where questions might come, are on your screen. I want all of you to make a note of this, and I want all of you to write this. So, first topic you should concentrate on from the chapter of gravitation is Kepler's law. So, please make a note. Kepler's 3 laws, very, very important topic, may be asked for your 1 mark or 2 marks. And the second one is Newton's law of gravitation, out of which we have done few questions already from Newton's law of gravitation. Therefore, Kepler's law and Newton's law of gravitation. Please make a note of these two topics, which are the most important topics from the topic of gravitation, which are the most important topics from the topic of gravitation. Once you finish writing these two, please put a dot in the message box so that I can go to one more chapter where we can discuss some MCQs. And also, okay, first write it, then I will talk about it. Okay, very good, Ananya. Just once you finish, just put one dot so that I'm aware you have finished writing it. So that I go to the next one. Alfia, okay. I'll anyway give you 10 to 15 seconds more before I go to the next topic. Next important topic for your 10th. Okay. Now, the next topic or the next important topic, the next important chapter from where you can get MCQs are current electricity or electric current. So this is the first important MCQ that you might get. These are not all the MCQs. These are the important MCQs. So first give it a shot according to you. What might be the answer? Start and then we will discuss. Question is on your screen. I have changed the chapter. So the chapter is new. So try to answer this particular question. Even if your answer is wrong, no problem. You can attempt. You can let me know what you feel is the right answer. Okay, 1 minute. Sarthi correct, Ashwin correct, Ananya correct, Nisha, Rohan. These are correct. Others who have answered have not given me the right answer. Now you have to think about it and give me the answer. I will give you 30 seconds more to think about it or to change your answer. Nisha, now your answer is correct. Very good. Aparna correct. Very good. Akansha try again. Gaurav correct. Shushti correct. Nitin correct. Okay. Now let me show you the answer. The magnetic field produced at the center of a circular coil, how much current passes, that much magnetic field will be produced. That is the logic. How much current passes, that much magnetic field will be produced. How much of current passes, which option shows that how much of current passes? It is magnitude of current passing. So this option shows that how much of current passes is option D. The answer will be option D. This will be the right option. And the most common wrong answer is option A, time for which the current is passed through it. That is the most common wrong answer. The right answer is magnitude of current passing. A is partially right. A is partially right. Okay, not that A is wrong, but the exact fit would be option D. And most of you have given me the right answer after that. I think it's in Srishti, Gaurav, Aparna, Nisha. At the end, you have given me the right answer, Krish. Okay, Nitin, I hope you understood. Answer is not A. Answer has to be D. Okay. But even if you have given your answer as A, it is still fine. But B or C is never the answer. Therefore, if you have given the answer as B or C, you're completely off. Okay. But if you have given answer as A or D, you are still there in the picture. Okay. The answer for this is option D. Now, try to answer this question. This question was asked in 2019 as an MCQ itself. And I want to discuss this. Okay, start. Ashwin, correct. Very good. Nisha, correct. Malhar, correct. Sarthi, Aman, Gaurav, correct. Very good. Ananya, correct. Rohan, correct. Very good. Correct. Rohan, correct. Nosheen, correct. Rishu, correct. Aparna, correct. Okay, now listen to the concept. Listen to the concept. When electric current is passed through the solenoid, it shows magnetic lines of force similar to. Now remember, in your 10th standard, I'll give you a shortcut. Solenoid and bar magnet are synonymous. Okay? Means in the question, if you see bar magnet, answer you have to search for solenoid. In the question, if you see for solenoid, in the answer you have to search for bar magnet. Now, what is the meaning of bar? Bar means rectangle, correct? Bar means rectangle. In bar means rectangle. All other magnets are the shapes. That is horseshoe magnet, disc magnet, spherical magnet. Now, bar magnet is similar to a solenoid, that is current carrying conductor. Okay. So solenoid, I hope you know what is a solenoid. I hope you know what is the bar magnet. But a shortcut, let me tell you, anytime a question comes for solenoid, you have to search for answer as bar magnet. And any question that comes for bar magnet, you have to search for the answer as solenoid. And this time I got all of you giving me the right answer as a bar magnet. Okay, which is good. Now, try to answer the next question. Try to answer the next question. Start. Let me read your answers. Aparna, try again. Gaurav, try again. Ashwin, try again. Nisha, correct. Nisha, correct. Alfia, try again. Aman, try again. Jalak, try again. Rishu, try again. Malhar, try again. Sarthi, correct. Srushti, correct. Roshni, correct. Nosheen, correct now. Akansha, now correct. Ananya and Aparna, try again. Ashwin and Krish, correct. Rohan, try again. Vikas and Malhar, try again. Aman, try again. A lot of wrong answers. Fuse has to collapse immediately. Fuse has to collapse immediately because fuse is protecting the entire circuit. Therefore, fuse has to collapse immediately if something happens. That is why answer should be low or very low. It cannot be high because fuse is supposed to protect. That is the first clue I can give you. Therefore, any option with high is automatically out. So you have to give answer with low itself. So now Ananya, your answer is correct. Vaibhavi, now your answer is correct. Mukta, no. Rohan, correct. Aman, now your answer is correct. Very good. Rohan, now your answer is correct. Just think about it. Malhar, correct now. Gaurav, correct. Preeti, correct. So now fuse, since it is protecting the circuit, has to have a very low melting point, because if it has a very low melting point, if anything is happening, immediately it will melt and protect the circuit. Therefore, answer has to be very low melting point. So the fuse can protect the circuit. Option with high is automatically out. Therefore, your option confusion should be between B and D. That means if you have given answer A and C, you're completely wrong. But if you have given the option B or D, means you're in the game. D is wrong. B is the right answer. Okay, since you've given D also, it might be okay because you have considered low, but it is not low boiling, it is low melting point. So fuse, very important question in this particular topic. What is the fuse made up of? What is the characteristic of a fuse? And what is the definition? It's a substance with a very low melting point. Now for gravitation chapter, you had made notes of important points. For this particular chapter, the important topics are magnetic effect of current. Make a note. The first important topic is magnetic effect of current. Please make a note. The second important topic is alternating current, direct current. And the third one is partial galvanometer. Galvanometer, little bit is removed, but partial galvanometer. These three topics, please concentrate on in addition to the MCQs that we have done in this particular chapter. Okay. Now, my question to you is, when we are doing MCQ solving or when you are doing any chapter, if you have your textbook, there are 10 chapters. You tell me which chapter you want MCQs to be solved for our next class so that we can give you those MCQs. I have taken 2 chapters at random, but if you have doubts in any particular chapters, or if you don't know for CET, how do you prepare? Which topics are important? I will be guiding you through all. Okay. I got carbon compounds as one of the chapter names. Okay. Carbon compounds. We will be, in the sense, Catch 25 will be handling carbon compounds. Any other chapter other than carbon compounds? Let me know. Heat. Okay. Chapter 5, chapter 9. Current, electricity. I have anyway told you what is important. So please focus on that. That particular things are important. In our next section, I will tell you all the chapters of Science 1, at least the important topics where you need to concentrate on. And I'll pick up 2 random chapters again for MCQs. So that when you sit in the class, at least you will learn something more. At least you will get some extra knowledge. Okay. So you don't have to take any tension. You just have to sit, see what is the MCQ, and that MCQ should remain in your mind. Nothing tough. I'm telling you the logic, I'm telling you the answer. Okay. So when we meet again, I'll be telling you for the other chapters as well. Plus, I'll be taking other random MCQs. Till we have our CET exam, we'll be doing this exercise. In the meantime, if you have any special request for any chapter, you please tell me. I will do that for you. Is it fine, all of you? Okay. So with that, 1 minute.